Okay. So we're gonna work with problems with parallel structure. There's in good English, an attention be made to make the language as even and balanced as possible. This balance is called parallel structure. You can achieve parallel structure by making the forms of words as similar as possible. The following is an example of a sentence that is not parallel. You see here, I like to sing and dancing. This is incorrect. The problem is not the expression to sing, and the problem is not the word dancing. The expression to sing is correct by itself, and the word dancing is correct by itself. You know, but they should be parallel. Okay, both following sentences are correct. I like to sing, I like dancing, yes. Correct, individually, yes. The problem in the correct sample is that to sing and dancing are joined together in one sentence with and. They are different forms, but it is possible to have similar forms. Therefore, the example is not parallel. It can be corrected in two different ways. We can make the first expression like the second, or we can make the second expression like the first. Meaning, I can say, I like to sing and to dance, or I like singing and dancing. But not, I like to sing and dancing. This is not parallel, right? So if you have the infinitive form, then you go with that. If you have the ing form, then you do that, both parts. There are several situations in which you should be particularly careful of parallel structure. Parallel structures are required in the following situations. One, with coordinate conjunctions such as and, but, or, so, yet, etc. With pair conjunctions, when they're pair conjunctions, that means that they always go together. Both this and, either or, neither this nor that, not only, but also. And also with comparisons. So, we're gonna start with skill 24. Use parallel structures with coordinate conjunctions. The job of the coordinate conjunction, and, but, or, so, yet, is to join together equal expressions. In other words, what is on one side of these words must be parallel to what is on the other side. These conjunctions can join nouns, verbs, adjectives, or phrases, subordinate clauses, main clauses. They just must join together two of the same thing. Okay, this is the key point. That's why it says parallel, because whatever you have on the one part, you want to have on the second part. Okay. Here are examples of two nouns joined by a coordinate conjunction. I need to talk to the manager, or the assistant manager. Okay, so here you have two nouns. She is not a teacher, but a lawyer. You can choose from activities such as hiking and kayaking. Okay, so notice that we have the same type of expressions, vocabulary on both sides of the conjunction. Okay, this and this or this. She's not a teacher, but a lawyer. Here are two examples of two verbs joined by a coordinate conjunction. He eats and sleeps only when he takes a vacation. So eats and sleeps, not together with and. She invites us to her home, but never talks with us. She invites us, but she never talks. You can stay home or go to the movies with us. Right? You can stay home or go to the movies. So here you got the pair conjunctions. Here are examples of two adjectives joined by a coordinate conjunction. My boss is sincere and nice. Wow, we have adjectives here. Sincere, nice. The exam that he gave was short, but difficult. Right? Again, adjective, adjective. Class can be interesting or boring. Here are examples of two phrases joined by coordinate conjunctions. There are students in the classroom and in front of the building. There are students in the classroom. We got the preposition and then the noun, and in front of the building. Preposition, noun, preposition, noun. Just clear it up. The papers are on my desk or in the drawer. Right? On my desk, in the drawer. The check will be ready not at noon, but at 1. Right? This is a time expression, time phrase. And here are examples of two clauses joined by a coordinate conjunction. They're not interested in what you say or what you do. You know, what you say, what you do. Right? I am here because I have to be and because I want to be. Because I have to be and because I want to be. Okay, two clauses there, joined together with the coordinate conjunction. And Mr. Brown likes to go home early, but his wife prefers to stay late. So likes to go, prefers to stay. I got the subject. So the point is that you have these coordinate conjunctions and they have to put together the same type of expressions, either nouns or verbs or adjectives or phrases, clauses. Okay, that's what we're saying. Okay, here are two examples of two clauses joined on this big set. Here, we got the same structure on the one side and the same structure on the other side. Or same structure, comma, and same structure. Okay. So you say something like, you can take the bus, a taxi, or an Uber. You take a bus, a taxi, or an Uber. Right. So notice that you have a bus, a taxi, and Uber. Right? They're all nouns. They belong to the same category. Okay. And you have the conjunction there. Coordinate conjunction. This, or that, giving choices. So I hope that makes sense. Now let's see if we can do this. It says each of the following sentences contains words or group of words that should be parallel. Circle the word that indicates that the sentence should have parallel parts. Underline the parts that should be parallel. That indicate the sentences are correct or incorrect. Example, she held jobs as a typist, a housekeeper, and in a restaurant. This is incorrect because here you have two occupations and one place. So it should be, what job did she get? Typist, housekeeper, or a waitress. The report you're looking for would be in the file or on the desk. This is correct. We have preposition, noun, preposition, noun. Okay, so 3 minutes. Okay, let's see. Well, she works very hard, but gets below average grades. Let's see. That's okay. All right. The speaker introduced himself, told 17 anecdotes, and finishing with an emotional plea. Like that. Introduce, told. That's incorrect. It should be finished. Because past tense, should be past tense. You should know when the program starts and how many units you must complete. All right. The term paper he wrote was rather short, but very impressive. So we got two intensifiers, adverbs, and two adjectives. Yeah. She suggested taking the plane this evening, or can we go by train tomorrow? Taking that we go, that will be different. So should be just taking the train, taking the plane, or taking the train. Okay. Not A. That we go by train should be taking the train or taking the train. The dean or the assistant dean will inform you of when and where you should apply with your diploma. Okay, so we got that. When, where, the dean, the assistant dean. There are papers to file, reports to type, and those letters should be answered. Okay, so you can see infinitive, and this is in passive voice, so should be, letters to answer. No, should be answered, but that's to answer. The manager needed quick, but thorough response. So that should be correct. So remember, it's parallel because on both sides of the coordinate conjunction, we're going to have the same type of ideas. Okay, either an occupation, in the file, on the desk, past tense, adverb, adjective, should be parallel. Same thing on both parts. Okay, moving on. We use parallel structure with pair conjunctions. We just saw coordinate conjunctions here, coordinate conjunctions and or but, and now we're going to see pair conjunctions. Pair conjunctions, they always go in pairs. Okay, it says I know both where you went and what you did. So both and. Either Mark or Sue has the book. Either or. They always, they don't mix around. They're very faithful, very loyal. So you see both, it's going to be both and. Either or. Neither nor. The tickets are neither in my pocket nor in my purse, right? Meaning they're not in my pocket and they're not in my purse. Okay, remember the neither is a negative word, nor is a negative word. That's why the verb looks positive, but the idea is negative. The tickets are neither in my pocket nor in my purse. Not only, but also. He is not only an excellent student, but also an outstanding athlete. Okay, so they always go together. You cannot move them around. Okay, says the following is not parallel and not correct. He wants either to go by train or by plane. So either and or are okay, but this is to go, that's infinitive. And here we don't have an infinitive, so that's why this is incorrect. So it should be, he wants either to go by train or to go by plane. It is not correct because to go by train is not parallel to by plane. To be corrected, like he wants either to go by train or to go by plane. He wants to go either by train or by plane. He wants to go by either train or plane. Okay, so here we got infinitives. Here we got the prepositional phrase by train, or he just the noun. Okay, but okay. When you're using these pair conjunctions, be sure that the correct parts are used together. This is incorrect. I want both this book or that one. It was both this and this, both and. So both or no. Either Sam nor Sue is taking the course. No, it's either or neither nor. But we're not gonna mix them, you know, it's not a mix and match kind of thing. You have your partner and you're gonna work with that partner. That's why we call it pair conjunctions. They always work in pairs. This sentence are incorrect because the wrong parts of the pair conjunctions are used together. In the example, and should be used with both, and or should be used with either. Right? Both this book and that one, and either Sam or Sue, but not nor. That will be nor is with neither. Okay, so we got both this and this, either this or this, neither this nor this, not only this, but also this. Okay, so whatever you want to say, it has to be on both parts. Both students and teachers. Okay, for example, either students or teachers, neither students nor teachers, not only students, but also teachers. Okay. Both want to go, want to stay. Both want to go. Either they want to go. Yeah. So it has to be the same structure before and after. That's the point. So remember, these go together. We cannot shift them around. Try to, you know, has to be the same structure on both sides. If it's an infinitive, then it's an infinitive on both sides. If it's just a noun, it's just a noun on both sides. That's what we're saying. Okay. So each of the following sentences contains whatever words that should be parallel. Circle the words that indicate that the sentence should have parallel parts. Underline the parts that should be parallel. Then let's check if it's correct or incorrect. According to the syllabus, you can either write a paper or you can take an exam. Okay, here you got the verb, you can. So after this is gonna be either write a paper or take an exam. The pair conjunctions are fine, either or, but it should be, you know, not can take, but take an exam. It will be both noticed and appreciated if you could finish the work before you leave. Okay, we got the pair conjunction, it's fine, both and. Verbs in the past tense. There you go, right? 3 minutes on the clock. Try to do it yourself. Okay, so we got neither or. Here we have a problem, right? To see a movie, to go bowling. It's incorrect. It should be nor. Remember the pair conjunctions? Go either or, neither nor. Either the manager or her assistant can help you with your refund. There you go, right? Either or, occupations, wrong. She wants not only to take a trip to Europe, but also would like to travel to Asia. Yeah, I can see there's no parallel. I mean, it's not only, but also, not but she also, first of all, she was not only to take a trip to Europe, but also to travel to Asia, so we'll be like, but also eliminate this, and it will be to travel to Asia, to take a trip, to travel, that will be parallel. He could correct neither what you said nor you wrote. Okay, here you can see we have a problem. Neither nor, yeah, they're pair conjunctions, but we have what you said and you wrote, and they're not parallel. It should be what you wrote, same phrase, same type of structure on both parts of the pair conjunctions. Both the tailor or the laundress could visit damage to the dress. Is both this and that, not both or these don't go together. Right, so it should be both the tailor and the laundress could visit damage. Oh, yeah. He not only called the police department, but also called the fire department. So it's fine, right? Not only, but also. You can graduate either at the end of the fall semester or at the end of the spring semester, I think, you can graduate those. So yeah, it's incorrect. We should omit the second you can graduate. Because you can graduate either at the end of the fall semester or at the end of the spring semester, so you have the same type of structure. The movie was neither amusing nor interesting. Yep, that's what I thought. I had to omit this because this is before the verb conjunction. The movie was neither amusing nor interesting. Adjective and adjective. This is extra. So here we have to look for two things. One, that the pair conjunctions are actually in pairs, correct pairs, either or, both and, neither or, not only, but also. And also that we have the same type of structure on both sides, infinitives, verbs in the past tense, phrases, what you said. Here. Well, you get it. You get it. All right. Number 6, parallel structure with comparisons. Here you want to be careful with the comparisons. When you make a comparison, you point out the similarities or differences between two things, and those similarities or differences must be in parallel form. You can recognize a comparison showing how two things are different from the ER than, like farther than, or more than, You know, what's written is more easily understood than what is spoken. My school is farther than your school, you know, it's a longer distance than your school. To be reached is better than to be important, that better is irregular. So good changes to better. And what is written is more easily understood than what is spoken. A comparison showing how two things are the same might contain as, or expressions such as the same as, similar to, you know. Their car is as big as a small house, so the same level. Renting those apartment costs about the same as leasing them, same level. The work that I did is similar to the work that you did. So they're both at the same level as well. Okay, so my school, your school, to be rich, to be poor, what is written, what is spoken, you know, phrases, infinitives. So there you go. Okay. All right, let's see if we can do this. Each of the following sentence contains multiple words that should be parallel. Circle the word, the words that indicates the sentence should have parallel parts. Underline the part that should be parallel. Then indicate this is correct. His research paper for the thesis was more useful than hers. So we got two possessives. His research paper, his research, sorry, was more useful than hers. So it's correct. More useful than, okay. Dining in a restaurant is more fun than to eat at home. So here you can see the problem. The comparatives is correct, but you know, dining with ing, so it should be eating, not to eat. To eat is an infinitive, and eating is with ing form. So 3 minutes on the clock. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, I want a new secretary who is as sufficient as the previous one. Okay. What you do today should be the same as did yesterday. As what you did yesterday. What you do today should be the same as what you did yesterday. Phrase. This lesson is more difficult than we had before. This lesson is more difficult than the one we had before, than the lesson we had before. You have less homework. You have less homework than they do. Okay. What you do has more effect than what you say. Music in your country is quite similar to my country. Now, I mean, here we talk about music. Here we talk about my country. It should be music in my country. Music in your country is quite similar to music in my country. The collection of foreign journals in the university library is more extensive than the high school library. Talk about the collection, not the library. So, yeah. The collection of foreign journals in the university library is more extensive than the collection of foreign journals in the high school library. How to buy a used car can be as difficult as buying a new car. You can see the difference here, right? This is an infinitive and this is an ing. So it's incorrect. How to buy a used car can be as difficult as how to, buying a used car. Should be buying a used car can be as difficult as buying a new car. Okay. All right. All right, guys, let's come back as soon as you can so we can